Hey there. Today's episode is called Bummer, It Bolted. And this is something that happens every year with all of your leafy vegetables, your broccoli, a few other plants can actually bolt as well. In the garden right now, I have a lot of things that are bolting. Some are expected, some are not. One that I didn't expect to bolt quite yet, and this particular plant I didn't actually get in the ground, but I have a lot of them at the farm and they're doing exactly the same thing. This is a broccolini or rapini. Some people call it broccoli raab or asparagus. Now, this part normally grows slowly enough that you can cut the tops off and you can eat those as broccoli. They're not doing that. They're just going to flower. So I was afraid of that when it took so long to get the poultry fence up and running. It came to fruition. The broccoli raab at the farm has all been actually pulled. Now, another thing that I have that is trying very hard to bolt is cilantro. And you can see that it's getting more of a carrot-like top than what a normal cilantro leaf might look like. And in a minute, that's going to form flowers. They're really pretty little flowers. And the seed that forms is actually coriander. You can use that in cooking. Fresh coriander is absolutely delicious. So you can put that in soups, stews, anything, Indian dishes, a lot of coriander in Indian food. So I also collect those. Most of the cilantro that I'm growing this year is actually from seeds I collected after the plant uh, bolted. Now, with cilantro, you can actually trim that back, and the plant will usually grow for a little bit longer. But cilantro does not like the heat, and so the days have been over 70 degrees. I expect this is going to happen. And so I will love my cilantro in the early part of the summer, and then later in the summer, I'm going to start planting it again, and we'll have plenty of cilantro. What else? I have lettuce. Now, this is lettuce I actually started inside the house earlier this year, and it's done a fabulous, fabulous job. I do have containers of lettuce out here. Now, I'm growing that in succession. What does that mean? It means I know this is going to bolt. And so I'm going to plant maybe a couple weeks apart, a container, and then another container 2 weeks later, and another container. For example, today I have 4 containers that are going to be empty. What am I going to put in those? Well, more spinach, more lettuce, maybe more kale, because there's never too much kale. What else has bolted? This is arugula. Uh, this is a controversial green in my family. Some of us love the peppery flavor and what it adds. We love to put it on homemade pizza, but some of us in the family, well, they don't like it at all and prefer that it wasn't grown at all. Napa. I have never gotten a Napa cabbage to work. It always bolts, whether I start it in the house or outside. Now, I have been doing a lot of research on the plant, and I'm going to try it again this fall. Late summer, I'm going to seed it outside. It's really finicky, gets doesn't like a lot of light, and it doesn't like hot temperatures. I'm not giving up. Mustard. My black mustard that I really enjoy in salads. You can see here that there's a bloom, and the leaves are still okay. But one other thing about once things start to bolt, my mom used to always pinch off the tops of the spinach or whatever was growing that was bolting, and she felt that that would make the plant last longer. And while it might make the plant last longer, with most things, and I can think of only one exception, and that's cilantro, most things get bitter. Once they've decided to go to seed, they're saying, I'm done. So it's really a good sign for you just to cut it all down, salvage what you can, and start over. All right, I think that's what I want you to know about plants that bolt. It is a bummer, but it does open up space for you to plant something else. All right, I hope you're having happy gardening.